Welcome back to Modern Salon TV. I'm TJ Hughes.
And I'm Trevor Deneen. Last episode, we revealed why America's Beauty Show was a milestone event.
Featured a hot how-to from YouTuber Candy Johnson.
And brought you the A+ looks of the Academy Awards. This episode, we bring you the lead colorist behind the Hunger Games.
Show you how Mad Men is setting the scene in the 60s.
And we unveil Modern's most requested updo tutorial of all time.
Big movies lead to big opportunities. Just ask Joico's lead colorist, Sherry Petenbrink. She was brought on to create the looks for the main cast and 500 extras who made up this spring's hottest movie launch, The Hunger Games. We caught up with Sherry to dig up these color details.
A lot of the gentlemen that came in for the background had, these great men's haircuts that are so popular right now. And we knew we needed to create something that would be very impactful, but also really easy to do. So by just simply clipping in this bang piece, molding it in, using a little bit of product, we were able to all of a sudden, he was capital with this amazing ombre of aqua hair. And Sergio was actually in the movie, played one of the stylists, so watch for this face. And this is really just an inexpensive weft of hair that's been kind of melted and shaped. We wrap it through on the top to create these really cool, unique shapes, and then the back would be the background person's actual hair done in a very ornate and elaborate updo. It makes for a really quick recreation, and when you're working with 600 backgrounds, you have to have really fun ways to quickly incorporate those colors in. So I've just put a flower in her hair, but another great option would be to be able to take some of these bright pieces of the intensities that we've colored and also incorporate those into the bang pieces and stuff.
Hit TV show Mad Men is back after a 17-month hiatus. And with the return comes a change in both fashion and hair as the series moves to a new era of the 60s.
It's 1966 and the ladies of Mad Men are back with some of their classic looks, as well as some edgier do's to kick off a new era.
I can see your point.
We've seen a few changing manes from the slowly evolving Peggy Olson, but the agency copywriter is sticking with her shorter bouffant style debuted last season. Good news though, it's much more polished than before and she even sasses it up in the evening. New but hot as ever mom Joan Harris first appears in the new season with soft romantic waves, a rarity for the Scarlet sex pot. But later we see her with her signature flawlessly pulled back updo.
My goodness, you look radiant.
Wife to Pete and hopelessly trendy socialite, Trudy Campbell reveals her edgier side with some inspiring twists in this look that she paired with a mod printed dress. The main Mad Men's new wife and former secretary, Megan Draper, rocks her youthful exuberance and naturally deep chocolate locks with a vintage bob showing off her youthful demeanor.
Why don't you sing like that?
Why don't you look like him?
Jane Sterling, wife of the Silver Fox Roger, stays true to her trendy yet elegant profile by wearing her pulled back updo sky high and just to the left. And what about the blonde beauty Betty? She didn't appear in the premiere, but if this cast photo is any indication, the Ice Queen will be back with her no-nonsense, if not seriously sleek styles. So which 1960s looks are you dying to see on the ladies of Mad Men? Let us know on our Facebook page at facebook.com/modernsalon.
This segment is brought to you by Kenra Color. Simply stunning results.
With the introduction of Kenra Color, it truly balances out our brand portfolio. Whether you're a classic user or a platinum user, now you have Kenra Color that's going to support all of your clients' needs. There were 5 main attributes we wanted Kenra Color to have. Vibrant, long-lasting color, intense shine, improved condition and manageability, a gentle formulation, and outstanding coverage and color saturation. This is what I really love about Kenra Color, is that it allows me to be as creative as I want or technical as I want. Everything we do, we keep the stylist in mind. With Kenra Color, it's really no different. Simple, straightforward, and easy to use. This is everything you love about Kenra, now in color.
Considering doing your own photo shoot? Then grab a notepad because famed fashion stylist David Wijaya explains the importance of fashion in beauty shoots and offers up some tips on achieving the best finish.
again, the same rule I think applies with fashion that it does applies with jewelry. You know, a lot of times when you do beauty, it's always good to show a little bit of a skin, because I think that you don't want to get too much of a cover-up unless you're doing a look that is very graphic and very angular. So, you know, it's always good things that are a little bit more asymmetrical. It's always interested along the neckline. And color works as much as black and white. You know, I think that black and white works in the sense of like if you do a contrast with a lighter hair, I think it's always great to have like darker clothing because it makes the hair pop. And when you do a little bit more of a texture or like, you know, wavy, volumey kind of hair, it's always good to have some color because then it'll bring interest to the picture. The one rule of thumb that I think that definitely you don't want to go is strapless, you know, because I think that is always makes it really hard to crop, you know, otherwise it just looks like you're naked, you're not wearing anything. I mean, for example, this dress, you know, obviously it looks kind of boring without it, but this actually has this amazing like leather piece that really gives it some interest. So when you crop it, it really shows all the interest in here. It has to be something that's a little bit, you know, it can be ornate, but it has to be something that's somehow not too covered up, you know, because in the end of the day, you know, you don't want it to overtake the hair.
When we posted this rose-inspired updo online, it was love at first sight for thousands of Facebook fans. In fact, it's Modern Salon's most requested updo tutorial of all time. Naturally, we had to track down the talented stylist, Beverly Melendez at Salon Pasca in Wilmington, Delaware.
Today I'm going to be sharing with you an updo that I created inspired by a rose. But right now I'm going to just create, maybe if you know what a rose looks like, there's a little bud in the middle, and this is what I'm creating so that I can have some base to work with. And then we'll continue to build around that. Just kind of tease it to give it a base, and just roll it around your finger and then tuck it under. And you're going to wrap your first strand, your first petal, right around. So now I'm just creating some petals. And you want to start it off pretty tight and just kind of stand it up with your hair clips. You don't want it flat. You want to stand it up so then the very end you can kind of just create and shape as you're going along. And you want to start using your longer clips now so that the rose kind of stands up a little higher. And what I'm taking is just sections and just going one direction and then going back the opposite direction until I continue to build on top of her head. Now we start using the sides to kind of come on the sides and kind of cover up the parting area and the pins, and just kind of like just join them together. On the bottom, all the petals, and then you just slowly build up the back of the head till you hit the front.
Thanks for tuning in. Remember, sharing Modern Salon TV is easy. Just click the share icon below.
Until next time, here are some of your favorite industry faces. See you in 2 weeks.
You're watching Modern Salon TV. Yeah, have a good time tonight.
We're Matrix Stylists and we're at Struts for Mom.
And we're watching Modern Salon TV!
It's spring, sun's shining. I'm Rodney Cutler.
I'm Tracy Guthrie.
I'm Greg Gassess.
And you're watching Modern Salon TV.